TNMP, the Nerdy Misfit Podcast, with your hosts, Connor O'Neill and Matthew Hughes.
What is up, Matthew and fellow Misfits?
Not too much. I am excited for today's episode, as I'm excited for every episode.
Wow, good save there at the end.
I know, I realized what I was saying. I was like, oh.
So I guess today we'll have a drink. We haven't done a drink for a while, actually.
We've not, yeah. This is a different drink, too.
This is a different drink. So Matt got me sake for my birthday, which, as of recording this, was weeks and weeks ago.
Yep, a couple weeks ago.
I told him we'd drink it together. So we'll do a quick gong pai, I guess, to get the show on the road.
Heck yeah.
Sweet. Honestly, this is better. Oh, yeah. Did we say it was sake? It's sake.
It's sake, yeah.
Hence the gong pai. But I will say this is better than the one I had before. I've also had plum wine, which was probably the best.
Okay.
I had a plum wine right from Japan. Even.
It's different.
It's like sweet. It's kind of like watered down wine in a way.
Yeah.
It's kind of... But it is a little fruity.
Yeah, a little bit.
This one. I don't have the bottle here, so I can't say what exactly it is. But
it's sake.
But it's sake. So this is a new episode format, which we are trying out.
Yes, and this also will be a first episode in a potential mini-series of the
Correct.
episodes.
Depending on how long this takes. But we've mentioned it many a times. This is in the realm of what the forgotten episode. Which, if you didn't know, is an episode that we recorded with Gray, actually.
In the early days.
Yeah, like
within the first 8 episodes.
Yeah, I think it's
first
even first 5.
Yeah.
And it was a favorite type of Pokemon. Favorite Pokemon of each type. I think that's all we did, right?
Yeah.
We went through all the types.
Of all 18 through all of the gens. We had to pick a favorite.
But it kind of just turned into a madness of just a lot of Pokemon talk. A lot of distractions. Lots of dog distractions.
Yeah.
A
lot of chaos.
And a lot of talking, too much talking about a lot of things. So, this one, we have a website.
Which we'll throw in the Discord when the episode comes out.
Goes every type, but also goes by each region. So, we will be doing it by generation of Pokemon. Our favorite type. Some episodes might be two regions, like two generations. Some might be 3. Who knows?
We'll see.
We will see.
So this is an experimental episode.
This is experimental. We'll also see if people enjoy this. It's something that you guys are, like Matt said, can totally tag along with, do yourself, and post it in our Discord and let us know what your favorite types from each generation is. But I think, without further ado, we will do Gen 1.
Exactly. So starting off with normal, what we'll do is, I guess for you guys because we're going to try and upload this to YouTube in theory to show
if
you
things
guys
go
as we
well.
go. So we'll start with Gen 1. For those who aren't watching on YouTube, I guess we can list the Pokemon off, but I feel like you guys should we can list them off, at least for the first couple gens. Because it gets a little messy after that.
Well, we're not going to go through all of them. What we're going to do is, on this website, you can click on normal, Gen 1.
And it gives you
all the Gen 1. So we'll say our pick, maybe say a brief reason why, if there is a reason why, and we'll just go on.
Exactly.
So
bring
us away, Matt.
Normal type. Okay, it's
I can talk.
English good today.
English is popping.
See, it's hard because in my head I kind of look at it, I'm like, oh, those would be my top 3. It's easy. You can't.
Part of me wants to say Pidgeot because Pidgeot is
is broken. I got a lot of nostalgia.
It's
you know. It's Eevee, and then for me, my third pick would probably be Tauros, because Tauros just doesn't get enough love, in my opinion. Listen, going into
Tauros got love in the newest.
Yeah, the newest gen.
Yeah.
Before that, every Pokemon of Gen 1 had love. Anyways, so we got normal. Eevee for both of us.
Cute. Also cool. Can go into 3 in this gen specifically. Can go into 3 different. You get a choice. Also cute.
The 5th starter. You know.
Yeah. Exactly. I think that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
On to Fire. This is actually pretty tough for Gen 1. I mean, it's tough, but it's not tough. You know what I mean? I think Arcanine...
We can agree it's not Magmar.
Correct. I think Arcanine
Rapidash.
is awesome. With that said, it's Charizard.
Not going to pick either of those.
Well, then you're wrong.
It's not how this game works, Connor.
What do you mean? It's an opinion?
I know. People are we're gonna get judged. Someone's gonna comment and be like, "Why is that your favorite?" But okay, so Charizard, love it. No, Ninetales.
Okay, so in the same room.
Ninetales is just
Ninetales is cool.
Love the
Obviously,
design.
Japanese lore too.
Japanese lore. Just a cute Pokemon.
Okay.
That's all
Charizard for the opposite because it's a cool Pokemon.
It's true.
It's a dragon, even though it's not a dragon, but it's a dragon.
It's a dragon that sometimes.
Anyway, we won't talk about that.
Well, water type. This is, I think, is the biggest one for the Gen 1.
Wow,
There's a
wow,
lot
you got a pile.
A lot of Gen 1.
Okay, so shoutouts go to Vaporeon.
Yeah.
Squirtle.
This is hard because even, the Squirtle, the startup line, Gyarados, pretty broken.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Gyarados.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, Gyarados, and then my second pick, this is a weird one, but Poliwrath.
Okay.
Poliwrath being, this might have changed the newest gen, I'm not sure. Poliwrath being one of the 3 Pokemon that are water fighting type.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 2 other Pokemon in all of Pokemon that have that same typing. Fun
Okay.
fact.
That is a fun fact.
The other 2 being Keldeo, which is that's the unicorn looking one with the Swords of Justice, Keldeo. And then the other one, I think, is the Urshifu from Sword and Shield. It's one of the mythical ones, but I think you have to go to like the water tower to get to the water fighting type version of it. Anyways, moving on. Grass.
To the weakest. I think this is the weakest for Gen 1.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I just got to go with Venusaur.
I'm going with Bulbasaur.
Oh, nice. Electric. This one.
Ooh. Okay.
You know what? You can't go with
We haven't set a rule yet, but what are we doing for legendaries? Are you allowed to pick a legendary if it's in the type?
Let's exclude that, and we'll do legendaries at the end.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go Pikachu. The electric mouse Pokemon.
Pokedex 25.
All right, Ice.
Jolteon for me, for electric.
Oh, okay. Jolteon. Interesting. Keep him with your evolution.
Yeah, don't worry. I skipped the other 2, so.
That's fair.
For ice.
Ice.
Cloyster?
Cloyster for reasons. If you know, you know.
That's because it's a good Pokemon.
It's because it's a good competitive Pokemon. But if you know, you know.
It's also pretty good in the TCG as well.
But if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Articuno also is my favorite bird. I will preface it by saying. But
it's hard.
We're not picking legendary, so.
Exactly. That's a separate thing. Fighting type. There's back Poliwrath. Machamp, I think.
Yeah.
But then, like, I think of the anime, and Primate just has a special part in my heart.
No. We're going with Machamp for me as well.
Poison? Oh, wow.
Poison, Gengar.
See, I feel like that's...
Or Nidoking.
Again, in my side, I'm looking at Beedrill, and my
Honestly,
Beedrill's broken.
There aren't many ghosts in it, if I remember, in Gen 1, so I'm going to go Nidoking for this.
Good call. Good call. I'm going to go with Abrock for a couple different reasons here, and I know you're looking at me, and you're like, why the hell would you pick that?
Because of Team Rocket?
Team Rocket. Also, Abrock is a big thing in the manga. And there's like not history, but there's different types of Abrocks in the manga that talks about.
I feel like you should be deciding this based on nostalgia. You were telling me you were reading the manga back when you first watched.
No, I'm just putting this all into factors here.
Oh, okay.
There's, between the show and the card game and the manga here, okay, I'm putting a couple different things into this list, okay. But the cool thing about the manga is that you learn that Abrock, the design on the front of them, change depending on what their main stat is. So if it's mostly like an attack version of Abrock, the symbols are different than if it's like a defense style Abrock.
So you like the detail that went into it.
Yeah. Ground type.
I'm gonna go with Rhydon. Yeah. I'll go with Rhydon.
This one's hard for me, I'll be honest. Because, like, Graveler, that was always on my team because I didn't have anyone to trade with, so Graveler was just always on my team as that ground one.
I like Rhydon because he just looks cool. I mean, you can almost kind of see in mine, we got Rhydon, Nidoking, Charizard. They all kind of have that similar style to them.
Definitely. Geodude. No, let's go. I'm gonna go with Onyx.
Onyx.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Brock.
Yeah. Flying.
Flying Pidgeot. Right? Can't do Gyarados again.
This is where I'm gonna throw Charizard into this list then.
Wow. Cheater.
No, I feel like
Chan.
that's a cheap answer. I'll go for. This is hard. Butterfree.
Okay, Butterfree's cool.
Psychic.
Psychic. Alakazam.
Yeah. Can't argue with that, really.
Bug.
Bug.
Beedrill.
Wheat. Oh, yeah. Beedrill's on this? Yeah. Beedrill. Hands down.
Or Scyther.
Scyther's also pretty cool.
Scyther's
too.
pretty cool, but I'm going to go Beedrill.
Rock.
Rock.
Oh, Kabutops. Easily.
Oh, yeah, I guess we could go with... Oh, it's tough now. It's tough.
Yeah?
I'm going to go Aerodactyl.
Okay. I'm here for it. Ghost type. Gengar. It's just the three.
Yep.
Like, he can't.
Yep.
Dragon.
Dragon. Wow, the types are so tough here. Dragon.
Go with Dratini.
Because of the cuteness.
Is a little cuteness.
Dark is non-existent, right? So we got...
Dark, but this is very weird for this website for this, but I guess, yeah, since Dark wasn't in Gen 1 and they never retyped any Pokemon from Gen 1 that was Dark.
What are you going with? Glitch.
I was going with Aerodactyl Fossil.
All right, fair enough.
Steel. Oof.
Woo!
I'm
gonna go for the three-way.
I'm going to go for the single.
For the users out there, there's Magnemite, Magneton.
Magneton.
Those are the options. I'm going Magneton. Matt's going
Magnemite.
Magnemite.
Fairy. So obviously, originally there was no Fairy in Gen 1, but then they
I'm gonna go
redid
for
it.
nostalgia here. Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff.
Yep.
Who's
Favorite
that Pokemon?
starter. Oh.
This is where it's going to get controversial, I think.
Charmander.
I meant like controversial for like me and you. I just meant in general because people are gonna be like, "That's not it." So for
Gimmick
you guys
form, we're
watching,
not-
Gimmick, we're gonna skip for
Gimmick
now.
is like Mega Evolutions,
Mega Evolutions,
and Gigantamax and
Gigantamax.
stuff.
So
We already all know that it's Charizard X.
for Mega Evolutions, yes.
Anyways, we're skipping that. So legendary.
Legendary.
Favorite legendary from Gym 1. It's tough.
Is it?
Well, see, this is under legend, but like technically there's
They're
a mythic
mythical.
Pokemon. But I'm gonna go.
It's Articuno.
It's tough though because my nostalgia tells me to pick Mewtwo from the first movie.
It's such a good movie though. It's hard. Yeah, I guess I see. Yeah, it's not Zapdos, not Moltres.
I'm gonna go Mewtwo.
Mewtwo. Okay, I'm going Articuno.
Favorite Pokemon? Oh, favorite from the things you picked.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Gengar.
Charizard or Eevee. I say that, but I will say, if Gyarados is in the game, in terms of playing the video
You gotta
games,
get.
I almost always get a Magikarp early and have a Gyarados in my party.
He's broken.
He's great. It's a great Pokemon.
Gyarados is beautiful.
But I'm going to go Charizard just because of pure nostalgia love.
Okay. So let's
So we'll quickly run through
yeah.
our thing. Okay, so for Connor, for Gen 1,
Whoa.
you got normal, Eevee, Fire, Charizard, Water, Gyarados, Grass, Bulbasaur, Electric, Pikachu, Ice, Cloyster, Fighting, Machamp, Poison, Nidoking, Ground, Rhydon, Flying, Pidgeot, Psychic, Alakazam, Bug, Beedrill, which is ironic because I hate bees and wasps and any insect in general. Rock, Aerodactyl, Ghost, we got Gengar, Dragon, we got Dragonite.
Whoa.
What a name. Steel, we got Magneton. Fair, we got Jigglypuff. Favorite starter is Charmander. Legendary, Mewtwo. And favorite overall is Charizard.
Okay. So that's Connor's picks for Gen 1 for the typing. Here's mine. We're going to ramble this out. Normal is Eevee. Fire is Ninetales. Water is Gyarados. Grass is Venusaur. Electric is Jolteon. Ice is Cloyster. Fighting is Machamp. Poison is Abrock. Ground is Onix. Flying is Butterfree. Psychic is Alakazam. Bug is Beedrill. Rock is Kabutops. Ghost is Gengar. Dragon is Dratini. Dark is the skull version fossil of Aerodactyl. Steel type is Magnemite. Fairy is Jigglypuff. Starter is obviously Charmander. Legendary is Articuno. Then out of all of those, this might be weird, but it's Gengar. Which is a lot of Pokemon names right off the bat. But
Gengar's cool. I like
Gengar's
Gengar
great.
too.
In comparison to Connor and I think the only ones that we have the same are Eevee, Cloyster, Machamp, Alakazam, Beedrill.
Yeah. See, this is the one thing that
Gengar.
made our original discussion longer was that
It was all
we were doing
gens.
all Pokemon, period.
Yeah.
And our favorite type. Our favorite
This came
Pokemon
out
from each
before
type.
Scarlet and Violet.
That's also true. I don't think that would have impacted anything. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
honestly don't think so either.
But this makes it a lot easier because there's such smaller pools to pick from.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Gen 2 is going to be even easier because Gen 2 was
A little tinier,
so few Pokemon.
So let me ask you then, do you have a least favorite Pokemon from Gen 1?
Probably, I don't know, man.
I know it's like a difficult, I guess that's a big question. It's
Yeah, it's
151.
it's 150 Pokemon. It's probably one of the bugs.
Paris. No, actually, Paris is evolution.
Either of them, really.
Yeah, could have lived without them.
All right, I guess we'll do Gen 2.
Gen 2. All right. You want to start this one off?
I started off the last one, technically.
Well, you said I could go first, and then you told me it was going to be Eevee.
Oh,
So, okay. So, let's go Gen 2 for normal type. This is going off cuteness for me for this one. It's
Oh.
Teddy Ursa.
Going off cuteness. That's what
Yeah.
you're playing up to, eh?
For normal type, yeah.
Huh.
Because, like, part of me wants to say Noctowl because it's broken. Like, I just love the design, and then Ash had a shiny one in the anime, and just...
I'm going to go with
Teddy Ursa.
Miltank.
If you know, you know. No. No.
You know. He,
No.
he's just
Fire.
a funny Pokemon.
Fire type. Ooh. So, no legendaries.
Wow. Giving us a lot to go off. I'm going to guess...
There's between two for me.
I love Cyndaquil, so I'm going to go Cyndaquil because I think Cyndaquil's adorable.
See, I'm saving that for favorite starter.
Oh,
think.
wow. Is that what you're doing?
So I'm going to go with Houndoom.
Okay, water is easy for me. It's Totodile. Don't even need to look at what's in here. 100% Totodile. That guy is a memer.
Burligator.
Guy's just having a good time. He's
Friggin'
beaming
love
it up.
He was great in the anime, too.
I mean,
Little shit.
and I feel like every sprite and in every game fits that anime version's personality.
100%.
Like, you just get that fun, joking around, memey version of from the anime.
Yes, sir.
And I love it.
Grass type.
Chikorita. No, Bayleaf. No, Chikorita.
No, Bayleaf. Bayleaf.
Stuff.
I could tell you it's...
If we were allowed to put legendaries, it'd be Celebi for sure.
Yeah.
I love a lot of the older mythics. Like I like Mew. I like
Then the first three
Celebi.
gens. After that, it kind of just gets convoluted and confusing.
I'm gonna put Bayleaf.
Same. Electric.
Lantern.
Yeah?
I remember playing Gen 2 on like Pokemon Silver, and I thought Lantern was like so broken because it was a water electric type. I was like, what? But electric is one of water's weaknesses.
What? I'm going to go with Mareep.
Rape school.
Ice.
Ice, baby. I'm gonna go with Sneasel.
Yeah, like that seems like a...
I do like Swinub. He's cute, but
Venom's cute.
Sneasel's cool.
Dark Ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fighting. Don't really...
Oh, wow. The options.
I'm going to go with him on top. Poison Crobat.
Crobat, 100%. 100%.
Crobat, like, on my team the entire time I played
similar
the
to the
game.
Gyarados. Similar to the Gyarados,
Yeah.
where if there's Zubats, I'm most likely getting a Zubat early, and that thing's becoming the Crobat.
This was also one of the first Pokemon, I think, in the games that you had to use Friendship to level up, right?
Yes, well, we just passed Blissey as well. Friendship evolutions became a thing in Gen
In Gen
2.
2, right? Yeah. But I remember, because I never wanted a Blissey on my team.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
Crobat was just, yeah.
All right, so we're on to ground?
Ground?
Oh,
Ha.
Larvitar.
Ooh. Yeah?
Yeah.
But Quagsire.
No, Larvitar.
Quagsire for me.
Larvitar. Flying.
Flying. Oh.
Huh. I'm going to go
Think I'm-
Skarmory.
Skarmory, okay. I think this is where I'm going to throw a Noctowl in.
Noctowl's cool. That was definitely my second choice.
Psychic.
Psychic. Well, I do like Unknown C
Pick your letter.
specifically.
Yes, C, of
but
course.
I'm going to go Espeon.
Espeon?
Feels like a cop-out because it is an evolution, but...
No, because I'll do that later. For this one, I'm going to do Slowking.
Slowking, that's interesting.
Slowking, good in the games overall, and I think, because if we're putting nostalgic into the factor, Pokemon 2000, favorite Pokemon movie. It's
Belugia.
That's the one.
Yeah, but so why is...
Because he was the one that was like talking, and he was the one that told Ash, and like I don't know. Every Pokemon movie has one Pokemon that speaks English.
Caesar.
Yeah. I don't know why I had to think that. I was like, wait a second.
Just such a cool design.
And the shiny I enjoy because the shiny is Scissor's, like Scyther's colors. So his shiny is the green.
Yeah.
Rock
is not even close. It's Tyranitar.
Yeah. Ghost. By default, apparently there's only one ghost.
Okay, Ghost is tough here, but
Is it?
I'm gonna go with Mischievous.
I was thinking the same thing, Dragon?
Just for everyone, that is the only Ghost Pokemon in Gen 2.
Followed by Dragon, there's only one Dragon in Gen 2 as well.
I guess we're going. Just we have no option. Can I grab a Dratini?
No, sir.
This is kind of an
Dark.
upsetting one, but
This is where I'm slapping my
Umbreon. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I liked both evolutions in this one. I thought they were really cute, but also cool
This
designs.
is also Gen 2 also introduced the day and night cycle, which I
Yep.
believe has also had to evolve Umbreon Espeon at the time, right?
On to Steel, and if you've noticed, I've conveniently managed to grab Steel in every spot that isn't Steel, so that I can also grab Steelix.
Steelix for Steel?
Yeah.
Dang. Fairy. Do you like your baby Pokemon or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Zumel.
Togepi. I gotta know. This is gonna be a controversial take. Meryl, Pikachu clone or no? Do you support that theory? That Meryl is the Pika clone of Gen 2? Because people are like, oh, Pichu and la da da, and then the shinies of these ones are yellow.
Meh. They do have zigzaggy tails.
I need to know.
I'm gonna Zumel.
I'm going with Togepi.
Favorite starter. This is tough.
Sorry.
This is tough. I like Cyndaquil. I mean, we each put a version of the starters in our lineup, so
I'm putting Cyndaquil.
Totodile.
Oh, doubling up on the Totodile, eh?
Yep. 100%.
That's fair. Legendary, Lugia.
Oh,
This is hard though, because you have the cats, and then you got Ho-Oh and Lugia, and then Celebi.
It's close between Celebi and Lugia, but I'm going to go Lugia specifically because of nostalgia. Silver was my first ever Pokemon game, so I'm going with that. Favorite Pokemon overall?
This is a hard toss.
Tyranitar.
Tyranitar? This is actually super hard. I think I gotta go with Lugia. I really like that movie. I don't know why, but it was just so cool with the story and like the going to the 3 different temples and you see the 3 legendary birds and he's got to collect the orbs and just...
You know what I've realized as we're going through this? That when we get to the gens that either I didn't play or don't know as well, I'm not even going to know what the Pokemon are.
That is fair.
But at the end, I think we'll do our favorite type from
those.
what we picked.
Yeah.
Overall. But I think we'll call it here for these two gens, mostly because Gen 3 is my favorite, and I feel like Gen 3 is high up on your list as well.
I'm going to do something weird here, and I'm going to make all of them shiny. And then I'm going to pick a favorite shiny.
Oh, dear.
So if you scroll to the bottom there, Connor, click the shiny charm,
No, I'm not going to do that, Matt.
and then you can make all your Pokemon shiny.
No, because I don't pick my favorite based on shiny.
Well, no, I'm just going, now that I've picked my favorites, I'm curious what all the shinies look like.
But yeah, so Gen 3, I feel like we're going to have a lot more to say because personally it's my favorite gen. I know it's high up on Matt's list.
High up on my list as well.
So we're definitely going to probably have more discussion into that. But let's go over what we picked for Gen 2. So for Connor and normal, we got Miltank, Fire Cyndaquil, Water the Memer himself, Totodile, Grass Bayleaf, Electric Lantern, Ice Sneasel, Hitmontop Fighting, Poison. We've got Crobat, Ground, Larvitar, Flying, Skarmory, Psychic, Espeon, Bug, Caesar, Rock, Tyranitar, Ghost Mischievous.
Whoa, didn't see that one coming.
Dragon Kingdra.
Whoa.
Dark Umbreon. Steel Steelix.
Whoa.
Fairy Azumarill. Starter. Once again, we're going back to Totodile. And then legendary, we got Lugia. And favorite overall was Tyranitar.
Whoa.
Run us down what you got, Matt.
Alrighty. For normal type, Teddiursa. For fire, Houndoom. Water, Feraligatr. Grass, Bayleaf. Love my boy. Electric, Mareep.
Man loves his boys.
I love it, you know. Ice, Sneasel. Fighting, Hitmontop. Poison was Crobat. Ground, good old Quagsire. Love me some Quagsire. Flying, Noctowl. Psychic is Slowking.
Nice.
Bug is Scizor. Rock is Tyranitar. Mischievous for Ghost, which didn't see that one coming.
Good pick.
Dragon is Kingdra. Dark is Umbreon. And then Steelix is, wait for it. I just said it wrong already.
Steelix?
What? Fairy is Togepi. Starter is Cyndaquil. And then Legendary is Lugia, which is my favorite as well.
Nice.
I'm noticing that now because I've clicked through all of these to make them shiny and unshiny, I always forgot how they loved putting green.
Green and pink.
Green and pink were like the colors.
Yeah. But actually, we haven't done this in a while, actually.
We got a question.
We got fan questions.
From the
So let's
podcast
jump on
question.
into our fan questions. Just realized how unfitting this that our transition is for a Pokemon themed episode.
It's true.
But we actually have a Pokemon themed question. Depending on how long it takes to answer, we do have multiple questions.
Exactly.
Which are not Pokemon themed, but we'll jump into.
Exactly. So this question comes from Christian, who has not been on the podcast yet, but will be in the first ever Nerdy Misfits playthrough on our YouTube channel, which will be coming out in the upcoming weeks, which we'll be talking about on the Discord. Which reminds me, if you're not in the Discord, you should probably join the Discord, because that's when you'll know when the episode is live.
And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel and our YouTube Play version of our YouTube channel as well, where the full-length game will be posted.
And we're also posting more on the YouTubes as well.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, Matt has been posting away.
I've been posting away. Got some reactions. I got some reviews of recent anime episodes and random hauls from the comic book store and from chapters and stuff like that.
So if you feel like supporting us on the YouTube, feel free to drop a subscribe and also tell all your friends and family and tell them to subscribe. And subscribe for them. Just steal their phone and just subscribe.
Boom.
Honestly.
Got multiple YouTube channels that you don't even use? Boom. Subscribe to.
Just do it.
Help the community grow.
Make them a Discord. Join the Discord.
Exactly. All right. So moving on. Question comes from Christian, and he says, if you had to pick a type of Pokemon to have more like a pet where they didn't stay in the Pokeball but instead your home, and you can have themes like a moat or water tunnels for your water Pokemon or like a stone castle for rock type, what type would you pick for like the pet lifestyle aesthetic?
Okay, so I feel like we should take this in two ways.
Correct.
Let's take it as answer the question as if you were in your house right now. The place you currently call home, what Pokemon would you have as a pet? And then let's answer it and say if you were at a theoretical home with the theoretical customization.
Should we keep this to first two gens because we just review them, or are we just going all over?
All over.
Oh, boy.
So my head instantly goes to one of the evolutions.
Yeah.
Because they're cat, dog-like. They're very small. A lot of them are very cute.
Because we live in Canada, in my head, I want to say Glaceon.
Glaceon.
Or Leafeon.
Leafeon. Why Leafeon?
I like Leafeon. I think Leafeon's really cute.
I'm going Glaceon because, well, have we covered what our favorite Pokemon were in general? Or is that all in that one episode that we never posted?
It's all in the Forbidden episode.
Because Glaceon is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, that is one of your favorites, hands down.
So it's Glaceon because, one, it's a practical Pokemon in terms of size.
Yep. Can
definitely just chill with you, chill in your home, come with you on walks, I guess, and whatnot.
Yep.
But also, like you said, if there's a summer days, maybe you save some money on some AC because you have Glaceon help cool down the home. Exactly. Or, I'm a big fan of my pillow being cold or my bed being cold. I don't like it being too hot, So boom. Just like not overdoing it, but
Yeah.
like a nice cool breath over it, you know? And yeah, I think Glaceon's just hella freaking cute. I don't know what else to say. It feels like in terms of secondary, it would just be probably another evolution or Larvitar. And just never evolve him.
That's fair.
If we're thinking practical. Because I think he's kind of cool. He's kind of cute looking.
Yeah.
I don't know his exact weight. Someone tells me he's a lot heavier than he looks.
He's got to be, definitely.
Right? He's definitely... So he's a little less on the practical side for this practical one that we're talking. So Glaceon's my answer. What do you got?
You got something going with the evolutions, I think. Like Leafeon.
They're
would
very
be good.
pet-like.
Yeah, exactly. Umbreon would also be up there for me.
Espeon's a psychic.
Yeah.
Can move stuff.
I'm just going to go with Eevee. Just
straight up
plain
Eevee?
Eevee. Yeah.
So you're going Pokemon Let's Go.
Yeah, let's go Eevee. It works for me.
That's your boy.
Exactly. That's my boy. He'll never leave my side, you know?
That's fair. I mean,
You
it's
can
very...
teach him a lot of cool
It
tricks.
seems like a very simple, basic answer, but...
In reality, I mean...
I feel like that's almost the purpose of the design of those Pokemon to be like that. Oh, you can almost be like, yeah, that'd be so cool to have just with you. Where some of the other ones are a little ridiculous.
Correct.
Okay, so let's go from a standpoint of you can do a setup at your house, a little bit more impractical.
Arcanine.
So what do you just live on like a big farm for him to run around
Exactly, and I can ride on its back.
or something? Okay.
And that's a little ride Pokemon. I don't never have to pay for gas or anything. I don't know what the speed is of Arcanine, but like he can run really fast. Just keep him
Why not
outside
just
wherever
fly
I
in
need
like
to go.
Rayquaza or something then?
Yeah, it's kind of. I want like people not to be like too terrified of it.
Yeah,
you know,
there's just a Rayquaza around. your
Yeah,
house
so you're
flying
like,
above your house. Okay, I think I would do a T-Tar, maybe,
Okay.
and have him have the backyard be like this nice deserty, rocky setup. You know how like some people's houses they have like for their tortoise,
Yeah.
the people with the big land tortoise. I don't know why I said land tortoise as if there's a tortoise that's in the water. Tortoises are always on land. But you know what I'm saying.
I just picture like a Torterra.
Just like move to like Arizona or something and then just have this nice deserty backyard whole setup for the Tyranitar.
That would be pretty dope. It reminds me of what's the Pokemon game? Pokemon Snap, where you're like in the wild and you see just all of them.
But I
chilling
like
in the
your
desert.
idea of some of like the Arcanine, so it makes me think of like having Latios or Latias.
That's what I mean. Like
I don't want to just use my Pokemon.
That's what I mean,
I
but I
want it
feel
to
like
just enjoy its time
super
there.
fun. Like I feel like with
I don't know
Arcanine,
what the heck I would do with a Tyranitar.
That's what I mean. What are you gonna like? Arcanine you could play with, you know.
Here's a
like,
rock.
It's a big
Eat the
dog.
rock, I guess.
Do
I
it,
don't know
eat
what
the
you
rock.
do with the rock. But I don't know. It'd be cool.
Yeah, that's
Come
fair.
see my pet Tyranitar.
You want to see my really, really big dog? You want to go for a ride? I can open an amusement park. Just ride Arcanine. Make profit off
Awesome.
that. What?
You're gonna be sued.
Why would I be sued?
You might get burned or hurt or fall off them.
It's a big idea I got to make here. Heat-resistant suits to ride my big dog.
Ride is big dog.
Yeah.
You heard him right.
No. Okay, so Eevee and Arcanine for me, and then what was yours?
Mine was Glaceon and Tyranitar.
Rawr.
Rawr. Moving on to other questions. Do you want a Star Wars themed question or Harry Potter?
Let's go for Star Wars.
Star Wars. All right. We have Matt knows all the people in the Discord, so I don't actually know the names of everyone in the Discord. My apologies.
Let me pull up here. Force Ghost one?
Yep.
Yeah, that's coming from JJ, Jack Jones.
Jack Jones.
Jack Jones.
Good name, Jack Jones. Your parents done well.
Anyways, this question's
Matt
coming
is
in from
dying.
JJ, and he's asking. So
He's saying or asking, which is it?
A little bit of both here. So Force Ghosts, are
Oh,
they always
boy.
around, or only when you need them to show up? And are they always hanging around watching you over everything you do? Like, was Anakin watching over Luke the entire time he was on the planet alone? And follow-up question with connected to that: is it only Jedi? Because lots of people have tons of metachlorians, but could not have been a Jedi. Could they have been a Force ghost? Connor, I'm going to let you answer this one first.
You're going to let me answer this one first because you know the answer? Is that what you're saying?
I know parts of the answer.
Okay. So, I have not read the books, so I'm just going off of movie knowledge and Clone Wars knowledge and Rebels knowledge. So, take that, which will. But my theory is when you are a Force user, you become part of the Force when you die. Because from my understanding, the Force is everything around you, around living things and whatnot. That's just what the Force is, from my understanding from Star Wars. So from what I take is, technically, no. They would not just be watching over you or watching you the whole time. The only time is think about how Qui-Gon had to learn to manifest himself as a Force ghost. So my thinking is he had to have taught himself to gather his essence that became the Force and became one with everything and bring it back together into a being. And the whole Anakin thing, one's a little sketchy because we see him at the end of the final movie, added on obviously after the prequels. But I think that is just kind of fitting. It's nice to see him there when Darth Vader is gone, that Anakin shows up. But from a canon standpoint, it doesn't make much sense because it sounds like Qui-Gon had to do tons of training on his own to reach this point, and he's the one who taught Obi-Wan how to do it, right? Obi-Wan says it to Darth Vader, I'm going to be strong, because he's already trained with Qui-Gon Jinn on how to do it. Or theoretically, I guess, how to do it. The training went into theoretically how he would do it, I guess. And we see a lot more at the end of the Obi-Wan show, that he's going to go into training. So that's my thought process there. I don't really think Anakin technically belongs because it doesn't make much sense from a canon standpoint. It's just nice to see because they're getting rid of Darth Vader and Anakin's back kind of thing. So it's more of like a nice feel-good moment at the end of the movie. So that's kind of my 2 cents. I think when you die, you become one with the world, one with the Force, which is just everything, all living things, et cetera, et cetera. And to answer can only Jedi do it? Technically speaking, I would say no. There's nothing stopping a Sith Lord from being able to, because these are just users that are powerful with the Force. People who, it doesn't matter if you're a Sith or a Jedi. These are just strong. Technically, you could be neither. If you're just a strong user of the Force, I'm sure there's people out in different regions of the world that aren't Jedi, aren't a Sith, and just can wield the Force. So if they theoretically taught it to themselves, sure, I'm sure they could do it too. But I don't think the whole being able to watch everyone is going on. So no, Anakin was not watching Luke. Right?
Yeah.
That was one of the other questions. Did I answer every question? I feel like I did.
I think so. I mean, he also asks because a lot of people have midichlorians, but
well, that's Jedi, like anyone can be there are a lot of people who can be Force users that aren't Jedi nor Siths. Right? So maybe there's a clan or whatever that's Force sensitive that has their own teachings of becoming that image. That's kind of how I thought it. You still have to train. You can't just be, whether you have a lot of midichlorians or not. Maybe that just means you're more capable of doing it or it comes easier to you. But overall, I think everyone just becomes one with the Force. Unless you're specifically trained to be able to bring yourself back to a... If anyone's seen Evangelion, this is like... I'm kind of thinking like the Evangelion ending where everyone's pulled together, but like you're trying to find your own consciousness within this crazy pool now. That's kind of my thought process on it, at least.
Okay.
Am I in the ballpark?
I mean, it's a pain because my head is full of both legends and canon stuff, so I really don't know what is what these days. So I'm also just go down slowly of these questions that he has lists here. So Force Ghosts, are they always around or only when you need them to show up? I mean, no. They're not just chilling. They're not Santa. They're not just keeping an eye on you. Like, oh yeah, Qui-Gon did not sit there and wait for Obi-Wan to just be like, you ready yet? No? Okay, cool. No.
You can argue he sensed when
He
he was
sensed,
needed.
yeah, for sure. And I think that is definitely a better way of saying it. Is he sensed, because the way I look at it too is like when you're trying to conjure up Force ghosts or whatever, it's kind of like a median kind of thing like that. Like the spirits aren't always there. You have to try and talk to them to see if they come. You know
They
what I mean?
need you to help bring them in.
Exactly.
They're
right?
combining their Force particles to become themselves, but you need to also
Exactly.
be there to help create
Exactly.
that image
And
of the person you
Not
know.
everyone can just become a median.
Maybe that's also why Anakin shows up as Anakin
Exactly.
and not as Darth Vader, because the other Force ghosts, and it doesn't make sense for Luke because Luke wouldn't know what Anakin looks like, but
Yeah.
maybe them being there and their image of Anakin helped create that
The
image.
thing is, too, and I don't know if this is legend or canon, is because Yoda learned the ways of the Force to become a Force ghost, right? While he was still alive, because it takes training. It's not, you can't just snap your fingers and be like, once I die, I'm becoming a Force ghost. It's hard work. So Yoda, who was 900 years, by the way, old, plus 900, around there, took him years. And I believe before the events of Phantom Menace, because Qui-Gon's dead, Qui-Gon trained with Yoda to learn how to become a Force ghost.
Correct.
And most times it seems that people that become Force ghosts are usually the ones that are what I believe are now called canon way seekers / gray Jedi for the non-canons. It's kind of what I've noticed. A lot of the characters that have become Force ghosts are the ones that kind of follow under that gray Jedi, which is,
I see. Okay.
to give context to what people that don't know what gray Jedi is, it's literally the gray area between being a Jedi and using the dark side of the Force.
And you can almost
Light
argue
side
is a
versus dark.
proper user of the Force.
It's understanding how to use the Force from both aspects,
Yeah.
right? And we've seen it. Qui-Gon Jinn was a gray Jedi.
Mace Windu.
Mace Windu, gray Jedi. Yoda, gray Jedi.
It also seems like it's from the Jedi's aspect. It's also the Jedi that didn't just accept things had to be the way they were.
Correct.
They're like, no, there's definitely some things that probably could be useful or are good to know from the dark side.
Exactly. And I think, too, is it's not just, like, I know I say the gray Jedi, but it's not just the Jedi that knew how to become Force ghosts. Because in theory, you can make it that Palpatine...
Darth Vader did it.
Palpatine could have trained Vader on how to become a Force ghost. I don't know
see
why.
Yeah. This is why. So do you agree, though, canonically, it doesn't really make sense for Anakin to be one at the end of that movie?
Not from the movies aspect alone,
Yes.
no. There is various Darth Vader comics where
That's
he
the
goes
thing.
on his own little thing and his own
You could
journeys.
definitely maybe he wants to see Padme.
Yeah, it could be expanded
Because that's still
canon.
what his goal is, right? He still wants to bring Padme back.
Yeah, which there's a weird thing happens in the comics where it's like
I've
a
seen that
clone or
comic story.
something. Don't
But-
fully understand that,
But it was one of his goals still.
exactly, for sure.
Right?
So I mean, you could
So
make
he could have found
somehow
some
expanded
old texts and stuff. To do it.
exactly. And I believe we see. Don't quote me on this, because isn't there an episode in Clone Wars where Yoda visits an old Sith temple and he talks to Darth Bane?
Yes.
So in theory, that could be a form of a Force ghost from the dark side of the Force. I'm not.
Yeah,
I can't really remember that
I
episode
thought that
exactly.
maybe it was also a way of him putting his
Essence,
essence into the temple
Yep.
or into something there.
which
So-
has been shown in canon now
which
of
could-
people forcing their
yeah.
energy after they've passed.
which could also be a form of astral projection of-
Exactly.
of them Force. Like maybe it's just an easier technique to learn because you can't show up anywhere, but this specific place or this
Yeah.
specific item,
exactly.
maybe that makes more sense.
I think the midichlorian count doesn't necessarily have an effect on if you can be
It's
a Force
just Force
ghost or not. It's just-
sensitivity.
yeah, the more you have, the better you will with the Force. And I think with the Force training to become a ghost and stuff before you die, like that takes different times. There's stories and legends. One of my favorite books actually has to do with a girl who's Force sensitive towards plants and green life. So she learns how to use her Force to help greenery on the planet and stuff like that. And then
Poison Ivy.
in a way, yeah, it's just basically a Star Wars version of Poison Ivy. But it's just how you use the Force sensitivity, how you train yourself, right? Because some people will specialize in different aspects of using the Force, whether it be greenery or just training in the temple. You simple master, train the apprentices, and so on and so forth. While other people in canon, too, have learned to use the Force to understand their lightsaber and their kyber crystal to the exact way of changing their lightsaber into a lightsaber whip.
Yep.
Like, it's really not necessarily about the count. Like you said, it's Force sensitivity.
Yep.
Right? I think that almost answers every question as well. Let me pull this back up here. Yeah, Force Ghost I think is just a training thing. Like, it just at the end of the day, it's how long you're going to train for, because you just can't you can't be an apprentice and just die
And then become a force.
and then become a Force Ghost. No.
Maybe a master could potentially bring you, maybe not as a projection, but hear.
Yeah, so you can use the
Hear
aspect
you?
of hearing. Yeah, Force Ghost is very different
Than hearing. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can call upon, but to be able to see, right?
But that's almost like, summoning essence from the force, which is all flowing and everything.
Yeah,
like-
that is still, that's a bit of training though. Like it's
for sure.
to understand the Force as a master takes years of practice too, right? You can
Years.
be on the council,
Decades.
but doesn't mean you can be a master.
Exactly.
Right?
But yeah, so that was our 2 questions. Thanks for shooting them in. And
Thanks, Christian. Thanks, Jack.
if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the Discord.
Exactly.
We love answering them. We give them a nice little check mark so you know that the question is in fact answered. It's the question corner in the Discord.
Heck yeah.
And other than that, that's what we'll wrap up this first episode of our favorite
Pokemon type from each
by
gen.
type in each gen.
Yes. And we'll send the website, like I said. We'll put it in the Discord server, so then you guys can do it. And if you guys want to share in the Pokemon channel, I think we have one of those.
Yes, we do.
Share what your favorite types are. You screenshot your thing or screen grab and let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We'd love to hear your thoughts, what your favorite Pokemon are.
'Cause
And
you guys
who would you have as a pet?
Exactly.
Let
We
us
wanna
know. We want to know who you would have as a
Heck
pet.
yeah. But until then, we'll see you next week, every Wednesday, for all eternity, as far as I know.
Oh, all
There's
of eternity.
all of eternity, every Wednesday. Nerdy Misfits, back at it again. I'm Matt.
And this is Connor.
Bye-o.
Bye.
TNMP, the Nerdy Misfit Podcast. Don't forget to join the island by dropping a follow. Thank you, and see you next week.